Mhm. Hmm. Mhm. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live guided newspaper reading session. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live guided newspaper reading session. I hope you've all joined from the link in the group. Today, we have quite an interesting article in front of us. But first of all, please let's make sure that I am audible to every one of you. Am I audible? Please just let me know in the chat. I see three people are watching. Mm. Let me just change the privacy setting on this one. For some reason, it has changed it to private. Okay, never mind this. I hope you just attend the session. From the next video onwards, from the next guided session onwards, you'll be able to comment and sort of interact in the chat. As long as that is not possible, I please urge you to stay and listen to this session. Excuse me. It's going to be quite an informative one. Now, why do we actually need to do these guided newspaper sessions? Each session, I let you know what we are planning on doing. First of all, we will learn words and phrases, which are quite important. So, learning new words and new phrases will, of course, broaden your vocabulary and help you in the IELTS exam. And it will also help you with your daily confidence, with whatever you do in your daily life. It will obviously increase the level of language you have by introducing new vocabulary. So I urge you to do a few things while we are reading this, while we are involved in this newspaper reading. First of all, please note down any relevant words or phrases you find in this reading session and also just record them so that you can practice them afterwards when the session is over and try to incorporate them once you understand the meaning of that word and you feel like this is a good enough word to sort of introduce inside your vocabulary. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to first know this new word that you might have found somewhere in case of this particular session is going to be this article. So we are going to look at this whole article, and if we get new words, you will try to include that word in your daily vocabulary. I will, of course, tell you what this word means, and that is how you'll increase your vocabulary. Second of all, this will increase your general knowledge. So our aim with these practice sessions, with these newspaper guiding sessions, is to increase your language and also to increase your GK, your general knowledge, your knowledge in general, because you should, as a person who's trying to learn a language, be able to converse about diverse topics. Also, your level of comprehension about everything should be at a certain level where you are able to understand what the other person is talking about. So through these articles, you can introduce yourself to foreign culture or culture which is, not very well known to you. So I think we can begin this newspaper reading session now. I know these things are a bit clear to you. Let's start with the heading, first of all. So it's a very interesting article from The New Yorker. The New Yorker is a very, very famous magazine, and it's an offline as well as an online magazine, and it does just the best types of assessments. It does the best. It has a lot of great, interesting articles. So, how the artificial intelligence program AlphaZero mastered its games. So here, AI is quite an interesting topic nowadays. So AI has become all the buzz ever since the launch of ChatGPT. I know everyone is familiar with at least this one AI model, that is ChatGPT. Now, using ChatGPT, we can construct a variety of things, especially if they are related to writing something, or if you want to increase your knowledge about something, if you want an article written, or if you just want to summarize it for you, or just you can even make it write your papers and everything. So AI is quite a new topic, but this article is from 2018. So the artificial intelligence program AlphaZero is the name of the artificial intelligence program, has been in the works ever since 2018 and even much further back. So AI is nothing new. It has always been there, and people have been working on it for quite a long time. And what you see now is a result of all of this research that has been done in the past 10, 20 years. So let me tell you a little bit about AlphaZero. AlphaZero is a neural network AI, and you'll find out what neural networks are once we read this article. Now, why do I think this article is important to you as a person who's trying to learn language? Like I told you, here you'll find certain phrases and words which are obviously going to be new to you, and you can incorporate them in your vocabulary. What else can you do is that you will be aware about what is going on in the world. So this will help you talk about your part 2 questions in IELTS. So one of the latest buzzword topics in part 2 of the IELTS exam is artificial intelligence. So one of my students actually got asked about artificial intelligence in her last exam that she gave. And thankfully, she had prepared that with me, so she was able to answer it. But through her story, I understand how much relevant topics are being asked in uh, the IELTS part 2. So here we'll learn about artificial intelligence, not artificial intelligence in general, but this one particular program that is AlphaZero. And we'll understand how AlphaZero is actually an engine that is developed by Google. And what it does is that it plays games and masters those games to become the best at it. So it plays games like chess, shogi, and go. They're all two-person games. We'll get to know more about this once we read the article. So let's just push forward. I hope the headline is easily understood. There's no new word. So you see here, there's a picture. This white and black board is actually the Go board. And this is the picture of Lee Sedol. Lee Sedol, let's read about who Lee Sedol is. In 2016, a Google program soundly defeated Lee Sedol, the world's best Go player, in a match viewed by more than 100 million people. So Go is a game that is played by people in Korea and Japan quite a lot, the world's best Go player ever. is Lee Sedol, and Lee Sedol was defeated by AlphaGo, this program, in 2016. So now you see, so it's 2023 right now, and Lee Sedol was defeated by an artificial intelligence program in 2016. So you can see that AI actually goes way, way back. So it goes back 7 years at least. It's been 7 years since Lee Sedol was defeated. Let's just try to read it. All of this is just for your knowledge, for your benefit. A few weeks ago, a group of researchers, Google's artificial intelligence subsidiary. Subsidiary is a new word. What is a subsidiary? A subsidiary is a smaller branch. A smaller branch. So let's say there is a very big college or a very big research center, but they have small offices around the globe. So those small offices, those small branches will be called subsidiaries. The word subsidiary can also be used in terms of anything that is small and contributes to something. So the Ganges, the river Ganges, or we also call it as Ganga, the river Ganga, has many small subsidiary rivers which merge into it. These small rivers that merge into the Ganga as a whole. These smaller rivers are also called subsidiaries. So subsidiary is anything that is small and contributes to a bigger picture. That's a subsidiary. So I hope you understand what a subsidiary is. I am so sorry that the chat option is not available right now because this video is somehow been made private. Let me just check if something can still be done about it. Mm, okay, it still shows that I'm live, so I hope you'll be all able to watch it. Just a second, let me check and see if this is correct. Okay, I see that people are commenting. That's great. There are 4 people. Oh, all right, great. So I wasn't able to see that. Good evening to everyone who wished me. There's some sort of problem with the accounts. I'm not able to see your chats right now, but thank you so much for greeting me. All right, so I hope everybody understands what the word subsidiary means. Let's go back to reading it. Intelligence subsidiary, DeepMind. So Google's artificial intelligence subsidiary. So Google is one big company. It has smaller companies under it. One of its companies is working on AI, and it is called DeepMind. So it's a smaller branch of Google. So it's called a subsidiary. So I hope you understand what the meaning of the word subsidiary is. So DeepMind published a paper in the journal Science that described an AI for playing games. So an artificial intelligence program that plays games. While their system is general purpose enough to work for many two-person games. So any two-person game where in whatever game there are 2 people involved. So any indoor games, not games like badminton or like hockey or like football. These are more than two-person games, but I'm just giving an example, not outdoor games, but indoor board games. And they have adapted it specifically for Go. So you saw the board above, Lee Sedol, the best Go player in the world. This is a Go board. It looks like this. There's black and then there's white. Black always goes first during a Go game, whereas in chess, white always goes first. So while the system is general purpose enough for many two-person games, the researchers adapted it specifically for Go, chess, and shogi. So today you learn the 2 new games. The name of 2 new games, Go and shogi. Shogi is very much like chess, but it's quite different in its rules. Shogi is also called a Japanese chess. So shogi and Go. Go is a board game with black and white marbles, like you saw in the picture above, and shogi is a Japanese chess. And chess is obviously the normal chess that people play. It was given no knowledge beyond the rules of each game. So usually what happens in computer systems which are designed to defeat human players They put in existing games to teach the computer. But here they gave no knowledge to the computer. There was nothing inside the computer there's nothing inside the intelligence software that it could go off of, no prior data. Only the rules of each game were given to the AI network. So they only taught the rules of the game to AI. They gave no previous games. They didn't teach it how to play, what strategies to use, how to move the pieces. All of that was not given. Just the rules of the game were given. At first, it made random moves. So at first, it kept making random moves here and there. So it was not just very comprehensible. Then it started learning through self-play. So this neural network AI, this artificial intelligence AlphaZero from DeepMind, started playing by itself. So it started playing against itself. And over the course of 9 hours, the chess version of the program played 44 million games against itself on a massive cluster of specialized Google hardware. So in 9 hours, so this is not humanly possible for any person, it played 4 million games against itself on a massive cluster of specialized Google hardware. So the meaning of the word cluster, please note it down. Cluster means a bunch of something, a bunch. So that's what a cluster is, a bunch of specialized Google hardware. After 2 hours, it began performing better than human players. After 4, it was beating the best chess engine in the world. Okay, so this is quite a bit of an overstatement. The best chess engine in the world is Stockfish. Stockfish is currently better than DeepMind's AlphaZero, but at the time, the way AlphaZero was playing was much better than Stockfish. It was beating Stockfish, and in quite an interesting way. So Stockfish plays in a very principled manner. It's fed the rules, and it draws upon the games of grandmasters and professional human players, whereas AlphaZero does no such thing. After 2 hours of playing, it was playing better than human players. And after 4 hours, it started beating artificial players, such as chess engines. Chess engines are computers which are better at chess than human players. So they're just undefeatable. And after just 4 hours of playing against itself, AlphaZero was beating even them. The program called AlphaZero ascends from AlphaGo, an AI that became known for defeating Lee Sedol, the world's best Go player, in March of 2016. Sedol's defeat was a stunning upset. In AlphaGo, a documentary released earlier this year. So what do they mean by the word stunning upset? So it stunned everybody. It left everyone speechless and they were upset. In AlphaGo, a documentary released earlier this year on Netflix, the filmmakers followed both the team that developed the AI as well as its human opponents who have devoted their lives to the game. We watch as these humans experience the stages of a new kind of grief. A new kind of grief. So they are grieving over something. So grief means a profound sadness, being very, very sad. Imagine you dedicate your whole life to a game. You're the best Go player in the world, like Lee Sedol was. And then you get defeated by a machine. Imagine the disappointment. The game seems pointless now. It has been solved. And then imagine the kind of disappointment they have to feel. So that's why it says a new kind of grief. At first, they don't see how they can lose to a machine. I believe that human intuition is still too advanced for AI to have caught up, Sedol says, the day before his 5-game match with AlphaGo. So here is the word human intuition. So intuition means a kind of sixth sense that you have. So you don't depend on logic to find answers, but on just your senses. And human senses, human sensory organs, or sometimes you feel like something is going to go right and you feel like something is going to go wrong. That is intuition. You don't have any proof of it, you don't have any explanation of it, but you still feel something is going to happen. That's human intuition. And Go and chess are intuitive games. People don't use a lot of logic. They use their intuition to see which move feels the best. At least that is the case in Go. Chess is still more logical than Go. I believe that human intuition is still too advanced. So Lee Sedol said that human intuition, which is required to play the game of Go, is advanced, is too much. And machines cannot be as intuitive as humans. They don't have human feelings, they don't have human touch. Then when the machine starts winning, a kind of panic sets in. So Sedol said that he's going to win all the games. But then when he started playing against Alpha Zero, he just was uh, really sad. He was panicking. So panicking is a state of being very upset, of being in too much shock and upset over something. So he was just panicking in one particularly poignant moment. So here is a new word for you, Poignant. Excuse me. This word is not pronounced poignant, it's pronounced poignant. So what is the meaning of the word poignant? Poignant just means that you have some kind of sadness in you, or you feel some sort of regret for something, or poignant is just a very deep kind of sadness that makes you think about things. So in a poignant moment, Sidol, under pressure after having lost his first game, gets it from the table and leaving his clock running, walks outside for a cigarette. So Sidol, the best human Go player in the world, was so flustered after his first loss to a machine. He just sat up. So there are clocks in both chess and Go. They're a game of time. Your opponent has some time and you have some time to make your moves. So both have 2 hours on the clock. You take your time, you press your opponent's clock, then his clock starts running, he makes his move, then your clock starts running. It's kind of like a stopwatch. So Sidol left his clock running. It's a very big thing to leave your clock running because if your clock is running, your time is going down. So you have even less time to make moves. So Sidol gets up, leaves his clock running, and walks outside for a cigarette because he's so sad. He looks out over the rooftops of rooftops of Seoul. So Seoul is just the capital city of South Korea. Sorry, Seoul is the capital of South Korea. Lee Sedol is a South Korean player. On the internet, more than 50 million people were watching the game. So you have to understand this is a very big deal. 50 million people, 50. 1 million is 10 lakhs. So 50 million is 5 crore people. They were watching Lee Sedol playing the match. Meanwhile, the AI, unaware that its opponent has gone anywhere, plays a move that the commentators called creative, surprising, and beautiful. And AI, because the AI has no feelings, it doesn't know that the opponent has gone anywhere else. So the AI plays the move. And the commentators who were commentating on the game called the move beautiful and surprising and creative. Why does it matter they called it creative, surprising, and beautiful? Because being creative, being surprising, being beautiful with your intelligence are all things that are called human. Now a machine is doing that, so you can understand the level of emotional sadness this man must feel, the best Go player in the world. In the end, Cedar lost 1-4. Before there could be acceptance, there was depression. I want to apologize for being so powerless, he said in a conference. Eventually, Sedol, along with the Go community, came to appreciate the machine. I think this will bring a new paradigm to Go. Another new word, please note it down, is the word paradigm here. Does anyone know what the word paradigm means? It's not paradigm, it's paradigm. Just like the word before wasn't poignant, it was poignant. This word is not paradigm, it's paradigm. And a paradigm is just a pattern. So a new pattern. So Sidol says it's a new pattern for Go. Fan Hui, the European champion, agreed. Maybe it can show humans something we've never discovered. Maybe it's beautiful. So they don't know what kind of a machine this is and what kind of a game this machine will play, but they think that it can be beautiful. So this is just a nice article about something. I hope you got to learn new words. I hope you got to increase your vocabulary, and got to learn something new about this wonderful artificial intelligence machine. I would like to show you again. This is Lee Sedol while he was losing to AlphaGo. Thank you so much for joining on the guided newspaper reading sessions. These are very brief reading sessions. We don't make them long or anything. We just want these to be informative, increase your reading speed, increase your comprehension, increase your general knowledge, and increase your vocabulary. I hope you note down all the new words: paradigm, poignant, cluster, subsidiary. I hope you understand the meaning of all of these. I'll see you in the very next session.